It's true. I got the question again today. What is platonic? It's like, and of course I'm like, Google is your friend. Google what platonic is. But today I realize that I get this question every once in a while, and I realize that it may not be known very well. This word comes from Plato. It's not a word that he used, because of course it'd be kind of weird to be like Janetic something that I would put out the word out there in the world. No, it's a word that came later to describe how he understood a form of a relationship, which is basically platonic is anything, a relationship that's absent of physical or sexual desire, or looking at it from the positive, it's intimate, affectionate, but it's not sexual. Let's see, who's an example in our world that could be who you would recognize? Okay, Harry Potter, Harry and Hermione, that would be a platonic relationship. If those Harry Potter fans out there, I'm sure there's many examples out there in the world where we see two individuals who choose to be really close and intimate and loving, and it could be emotional, it could just be social, and they choose not to have sex or to engage in the sexual part of that relationship. There are people out there that are asexual, and this is really important, that they can move in spaces where they can have platonic relationships and they don't ever have to engage in sex if they don't want to, or that's not part of who they are, or that's, they would much rather be platonic with people. So yes, this is a real thing, and yes, this can actually happen in a session or in relationships. It doesn't matter what gender you are. So if you are a man, if you identify as a male and your friend is a male, you could have a platonic relationship where you don't have to do anything that engages the sexual side of you. To females, you could be gender queer. Again, it's irrelevant of gender. It's not just men and women together. It's any two people that choose to be close and it not deal with sex. Is that possible? I'm wondering if you're probably thinking, is that even possible? Yes, it actually is. Could I really engage in touch, in cuddling, and not engage in that part of myself? Yeah, you actually can. And or maybe you're that person who's like, oh my gosh, a relief, thank God there are spaces that I can hang out and it doesn't have to deal with sex, right? Like, it's also really nice to get rid of the pressure, the performance, expectations that sex kind of just naturally demand and require. So there's a space that you can do this, and it can be professional cuddling, it could be with a friend of yours. You can ask somebody in your life that if that feels good for you both to be platonic. I don't know, we don't really have those DTRs determining the relationship, right? Like, hey, can you and I be platonic? What a world that would be if we would have those conversations. Now let's consider that maybe you're the kind of person that's, man, I really want to try this cuddling thing out, but I'm really concerned that I may have this sexual interest may show up, and it's not something that I'm used to, and I'm really scared, right? Like, that is a legitimate concern. And speaking for myself and for my sessions, I want you to know that that's okay. I'm gonna say that again. That is okay. You can have that, because in our world, it's conditioned in us that that's what we do when we're touched. It's very natural. It's part of how how our world understands touch. And so I give my clients a break. Like, it's gonna take time. If that's something you want to learn, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take patience. It's if that's something that you want. And also, this may not be for you, and that's okay too, right? So I will also say that some people, when they're younger in life and their hormones are a little bit all over the place, this may not work, and that's okay. And I also find that as people get older and their testosterone slows, or like there's lessons, or it doesn't matter what your gender is, things start slowing down, and we just really learn to appreciate each other in new ways. And as you get older, it's very possible that you just want to experience that intimacy and that touch and the warmth of another human body, and that's what we're here for. So I hope I explained what platonic is, and it's just friendly. That's it. Simple, uncomplicated, loving, nurturing, affectionate, knowing that somebody cares about you and that you matter. Love you.